Hey guys, it's Jennifer. I'm looking a little crazy, but I have a first impressions that I want to film with you guys today. So I've got a really awesome order that just got delivered. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so this is going to be my first Salt New York order, impression, etc. I wanted to show you how everything was packaged, and they come in these little packs and they're super cute. And then I got the large palette, which is honestly, this is handbag worthy. Like, it is so solid. I mean, obviously it's not gonna be my handbag, but it is so solid and it is so nice and just gorgeous. So that is what I got, and here is what she looks like on the inside. So you get a really nice size mirror. And here's the 5 products that I purchased. So I got 2 lip cheek products, a highlighter, a bronzer, and their skin tint. So I thought I would just go ahead and film a first impressions, and we'll see. I have never used a cream bronzer before, so that is kind of new for me. I have used some sort of similar type products, but never a full-on cream bronzer. So I also got this e.l.f. brush kit that we're going to be using for these. This is their putty brush kit. Thought that might be a good go-to for this. I have no idea. There may be some mistakes made along the way, but we'll just see how it goes. So I'm going to start with the putty primer applicator. All I have on my face right now is some sunscreen. I don't even have moisturizer, although it is moisturizing sunscreen, because I just kind of washed my face recently to film this video. So I am going to use the Ilia True Skin Radiating Primer Serum. This may be Radiating Priming Serum. This may be a mistake because I think there's a pretty natural glow with these products. But I find that this primer serum is just, it's nice and healthy looking. And if you're wondering, why is she talking like a crazy person? Well, that would be because I've had a lot of coffee today. So that would be the reason. I do have brows and eyeshadow on, as you can see, although at this point in the day, I don't know how they look per se, but they are on. So let me go ahead. So as you can see, that just gives a nice little glow. And the reason that I wanted to use that primer is because I find that after I moisturize and sunblock and all that sort of stuff, I do generally have like a nice little glow in the summer. My hair looks a little bit crazy with these ears. This side's kind of deflated just a little, whereas this side's kind of very full. So just ignore all of that. So we're going to start with the putty primer brush. Yeah, and I'm just going to start with the skin tint. The color that I got was the lightest color that they offer currently, because I saw on their Instagram they're getting ready to come out with another color. But it is in the color, to give you reference. What color is it in? I think it's in 12, but I want to double check that. Yes, in 12, so neutral 12. So I'm going to go ahead and dip my tiny little brush. Gosh, it's so little. I don't know, maybe this won't be the best application method. I'm not going to use my fingers because I'm just not a finger person when it comes to putting stuff. I did for that primer, and that's pretty much where I draw the line. So I'm going to go ahead. Ooh. Well, that's a very good color match, and it's very natural looking. So let me just blend some of this in. I don't know if this is going to be the best brush to use. That is very natural looking. I like that very much. Very, very much. Although, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go through a lot of it with this brush because it is not very dense. I had hoped. Got a little bit of a smell. I had hoped this would be a bit of a denser brush, so I don't know, but I think that looks really nice. Because this stuff may not last me no time, because I like a little bit of coverage. You know, it doesn't have to be crazy, but a little bit is nice. Oh, I like this though. I like the way that it is just like sinking into my skin. I haven't done my nose yet because that's where I tend to have the most redness. So I'm really excited to see how that does on that. Ooh, look at that. So yeah, you can see the coverage. Girl, get out of town. Get out of here. I like this a lot. It's just so natural looking. Wow, I still do have some redness on redness. I'm serious. I've had way too much coffee today. And you know, the thing is, I knew I'd had too much. Like, it wasn't like I didn't know. I knew. but it just tasted so nice. And so I was like, let me have a little bit more. I usually only have 1 cup a day, guys, 1 cup a day, and I don't have it until 10 a.m., even though I get up way earlier. That just goes to show, like, I'm not reliant on, like, caffeine to get me started in my day at all. Nothing wrong with that. I just don't, like, well, part of the reason is because I do intermittent fasting, so I don't want to have anything that could potentially raise my blood sugar until 10. It does have a smell. It really does have a smell. I don't want to say Play-Doh because that's not quite right, but it definitely has a very interesting, it's got kind of like a clay. I don't know how to describe it, but it does have a smell. So there we go. There is a nice, generous layer. I'm going to be shiny to heaven, but I do like it. It is very natural, very appropriate for the summer. I really like that a lot, actually. A lot. That's cute. All right, I've got my concealer pot here by NYX. They don't make this anymore, so there's no point in plugging it. And it's old enough to definitely be thrown away, but I just haven't gotten to do that yet. So I'm just going to conceal a couple of spot places. By the way, I don't know if you can hear that heavy breather in the background, but that'd be little Gigi. She is sound asleep and she is snoring like a crazy person. So you can still see some redness here where my glasses were. I'm not super worried about that because I'm getting ready to put them back on. So if I were wearing contacts, I might be a bit more not into that. But so there you go. Super summery and nice. I am going to take that same concealing pot. You could use any concealing pot. And I'm going to take my Morphe M173 and I'm just going to conceal just a little bit under my eyes. It's meant to be a light, you know, a light wash of color. The Skin Balm is, but I just want to and get the place on my nose just a little bit. You know, it's an option. It's a very balmy light concealer, so I don't think it should be that conflicting. So I think that evens me out just a little bit. I could zoom in for you guys. I'm really sorry. This video is a wreck. I'm wearing my Cleonata Dragon Fruit palette today. I'm still really loving that. I don't have as many eyes as I need to really play with all the things that I want to play with, which is unfortunate, but okay. So just a little concealer because I'm used to covering up that a little bit and brightening up that area, but overall I might conceal here just a little. Got some redness there from past spots, but yeah, I think that's really pretty and really nice. Really like that. All right, so I'm not going to powder anything except I am going to go under my eyes a little bit. Just going to use my Cosa and my Blendiful just to go under the eyes just a little. I'm not going to powder anything else because that's kind of the point of balms and creams. So just lighten that area up a little bit. I was worried it might be too shiny. It is pretty shiny, especially with that primer. For summer, I'm not mad at it. I may decide later to go back over with a light dusting of some more of that Kosas powder, but we'll see. Okay, so the next thing that I want to try out is the bronzer. The e.l.f. Putty Bronzer brush here. Okay, and I got the bronzer in light, and I'll be honest, when I first got this out, I felt like that was too light, so we'll see. You really kind of have to warm these products up because as you can see, like you do have to warm them up. They're very balmy, and I think this is a bit light, especially for where I'd be in the summer, but I wanted to give it a go anyway. It may be perfect. I don't know. Ooh. Look at that. That's a stark difference. It is not lifting up anything underneath, which is amazing. I don't know about this brush. Seems a bit small, but I mean, it's bronzing out. Wow. Okay. Maybe I didn't need to go a shade darker. Just gonna do a little bit up here. Keep bringing this on around. Wow. Okay. Wow. Look at that. Look at how much color that brings into my face. Yeah, I'm not sure about this brush. I just don't want to mess up the cream underneath it, and this seems like it's kind of dragging a little bit, so I'm not sure. I'd rather stipple this in, you know what I mean? And like, I feel like this is a bit too small to do that. Got hair sticking to me everywhere. But I am impressed by the wash of color that gave me. I mean, that really shapes my face and does all the nice things that you want bronzer to do. Warms up my skin. Yeah, I don't know about this brush. I'm not committed to it. It's really nice around the hairline, I will say this brush is. But I don't know about everywhere else loving it because I kind of have the urge to stipple. But, you know, we're doing it. I like to bronze just there and bring that down just a little bit. I'm so, like, fair-skinned, well, pale and white, like paper. But just a little bit of warming up there and just making it look uniform is a nice touch, I think, for especially, like I say, as pale as I am. I really like that a lot. Again, I'm not committed on this brush, but I am committed to this bronzer. I was afraid this would be too light, especially in the summertime, because I can go just a little bit harder, but I'm going to zoom out some. I kind of think that's perfect. Like, it really does warm up the skin in a very natural way. Oh, gosh, I'm loving this so far. All right, so then I'm going to grab the Putty Blush Brush by e.l.f., which is kind of an interesting sort of dome shape. And I think I'm going to go with, I've got two colors here. By the way, that bronzer was in light. And for the blush, I have Coral and what's the other color called? Peach. Sorry, not Coral. Peach and Rose. So I might go Rose just because my eyes are pretty pink. I don't want to conflict with that. But we'll try out the Coral on the lips. It doesn't mean it will all match, but that way we can try it all. So I'm going to stipple in this, in the Rose. This brush, though small, it is doing what I want it to do, which is stippling. Let's blend that right in there. Ooh. Gosh, guys, that just like, that blended like butter. Oh my gosh, Salt New York. Is this my new favorite makeup? Look at that. I mean, that's so natural looking. It's so natural. It's so natural. Wow. Okay, that's very exciting. And there's no powder on my skin, which is also amazing. Now, I don't know. I'm not doing a full wear test on this. So, I mean, if it like breaks down and gets super oily, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll try to see if I can do a full wear test on that. Or at least a few hours. I may try to check back in. We'll see how it goes. But I love that. I love that. I really like to get a good blush here on my apples. Guys, that looks so nice. Oh my gosh. That looks so nice. Okay, so the last product that I have, not the last product, but my last face product is going to be the highlighter. I thought about blending this in with my hands, but I decided to grab this Luxie brush. I think it's a foundation brush. I honestly don't know because I've had it so long and the stuff's worn off of it. But I just thought I'd go in with that and we'll see. It might be something that I want to use my fingers for, but this is in the color Pearl. And we'll just see what happens. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to see. Like, I don't have any on that. The glow here is insane. Let me try with my fingers just to see if that is. Maybe dot it in with the fingers and then blend it out with a brush. Maybe that's the way. Oh my gosh. I am shiny. I am definitely like all over shiny, but it looks healthy. Like I say, I can always go over with a little bit of powder if I want to tone it down, but I'm not sure I do because I kind of like, I mean, is it too much? Tell me what you think. It is definitely glowy. I mean, it is glowy. Oh my gosh. I love that. So if you want to see a little bit of the highlighter, that's what that looks like. And it is very, very, very pretty and reflective. Let me just show you a little bit better swatch. But it's also natural. It's pretty reflective and natural. Wow. That is glowy. That is so glowy. All right, last thing, I am going to dip into this coral with my finger and just put a little bit of that on my lips, just to try that out. I just can't believe like how much these melt underneath the fingers. Okay, wow. That's very bright. I got a free, they have a deal going currently when I bought this that was like a get an extra tint free or something. And I don't know, it was, I said coral again, but I mean peach. I do wear peaches sometimes, so I felt like in the blush, I might want to darken that up with a peach every once in a while. I think that's pretty. It is definitely clashy with my eyeshadow, but that's okay. We're here to test, so that's okay. Everything else I love. Oh my gosh, do I love. It is very, very glowy. What do you think? Should I powder this down? Why don't we powder down one side and we'll test. I'm not going anywhere today. I'll be right back. Okay, so I grabbed a couple more things. I also grabbed this Real Technique Expert Face Brush. Just because I want to go back into that foundation just a little bit, or the Sneaky Balm, and just see if that increases coverage a bit. And I think it does. So I think for me, this is going to be a better balm brush, whereas I think the putty brush would be a lot nicer for me for bronzer. And this little guy right here that says bronzer blush is like a highlighter blush dream. So I also got a powder brush. I am just going to powder one side and we'll see how it holds up. So let's see, pick a side. I'll do the right side. Why not? I'm going to give this side a good powdering. We'll also, we'll be able to compare what happens with the shine. Maybe not the nose direct on, so just from the side. You can already tell the forehead how much that reduced that, and it really did. Again, I know I put a shiny primer underneath because I really wanted to see this glow pop out, and it did. It's beautiful. I don't know if you're going to be able to see in real life, but it totally does mattify all of this. It's the only shine now is literally where I put the highlighter. So if you like a more matte look, do not rule out these products because you can still powder and get a lot more matte look. Okay. So this is the shiny side. It's so shiny. The bronzer I like. I do think the undertone is a bit warm. I do think the undertone, I'm just going to spot conceal a little bit more, but I do think the undertone is just a wee bit warm for me. Put a little on my jawline there. Just because it looks like it kind of yellows my skin just a little bit. I don't think it's bad, and I think I do like it on the forehead. I think it's really nice. But maybe just right there, it's a little bit too warm. Maybe that's in my head. I don't know. It's hard to see at angles. But I think dead on, it looks very good. So yeah, so I've matted this side down a bit. And you can see like where the highlighter is still very shiny. But the rest of it is a lot more subdued. So we're going to wear these for a bit. I don't know. I'll see if I can come back in a few hours. It's not going to be a full day. For one thing, it's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I might give this a couple hours. Maybe edit some more videos. And I'll come back and we'll see. But so far, maybe I should put my glasses on before I speak. No, so far, I think it looks incredible. Take these out. Give my hair fluff. Anyway, it's not the greatest hair in the world today. But I'll come back in a little bit and we'll see how it's doing. But I really, really like this makeup a lot so far. So I'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, it's me again. Looking pretty crazy because of crazy hair. But I just wanted to touch base. It's only been a couple of hours. And I'm really sorry it's not longer. But that's all the time I have, unfortunately, today. Lots of wear tests on Salt New York products online if you truly are interested in seeing them. I just wanted to do a quick check-in, look at how things are wearing. I'm going to go ahead and take my glasses off. I haven't touched anything. I haven't done anything. I've actually been sitting outside in the heat where it's been quite warm, editing some videos. So let's zoom in and see what we see. All right, so yeah, it's missing here a bit. Now keep in mind, I did not powder this side. I did powder this side. So definitely missing some here. It's worn a little bit on the cheek areas, even where I concealed. The glow is still very, very strong. So the blush is still looking great. The bronzer, I tend to be a hand toucher, so I'm not surprised to see that bronzer break down there. Looks pretty good around the forehead still, though, I must say. And the side that I powdered, like, it's wearing pretty strong. I think that it may be a bit stronger on that side than the other side, and it still has a healthy glow. So I think, and I did want to add something as well about texture. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys out so you don't have to see all of this mess. But I did want to also add something about texture. This side is sticky. I mean, it's sticky. And like I said, I tend to sit like this a lot, which is probably why I get some breakouts on my cheeks. But, you know, it's a lifetime of habit. So what are you going to do? Especially if I'm thinking or working, I tend to do this little number a lot. So things like that. But this side is not sticky because I did powder it more. So I kind of like the non-powdered side. I'm sorry, I kind of like the powdered side a bit more. The shine is still there. It did bring it down a little bit on my forehead, so you can see like how it's a little less shiny than over here. Over here, it's still very shiny. And again, I know I used a radiant priming serum. So if you do not want this level of shine, I would imagine that you could mattify this a bit and be great. So yeah, I love these products. Honestly, I think my makeup looks really clean and good and just awesome. So I'm gonna do a quick swatch for each of these for you. Just so you can see. And by the way, I still have that peach on my lips. I haven't touched that, so I'm kind of impressed with what I'm seeing so far. Again, just let me do a quick swatch here so that we can just have an idea. Also, I really love the fact that this is big enough that I can travel with it and I can put some eyeshadow. I think I'm going to be taking this on an upcoming cruise just because it's super easy. I think I could build it up to look a little bit more evening-y, and I can put some loose eyeshadows in there, so it also gets me to use my loose eyeshadow. So this is the bronzer. As you can see, I think I could have gone a bit darker there. Definitely. So that's the only thing that I'm slightly disappointed about. And that's my fault. I was really tempted as well to go darker, and I scared myself out of it. I'm going to build that up just a little. But you know, I'm very fair skinned, so I don't know that I need a whole lot more than that, but it's something to keep in mind. It is light. So there is that peach. Here is the Sneaky Balm. It's going to be hard to see because it's a pretty dead-on match for me. I'm really happy with that, especially the undertone. Here is that highlighter. Ooh, it's pretty. And here is the Rose Blush. So honestly, I'm very happy with that. I do wish I'd gotten the bronzer in just a bit darker and a little bit different undertone, because I think that's a bit yellow for me. But guys, I struggle so much with bronzers. I really do. Just getting that right undertone is quite difficult for me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to use that right now as like a layering. So I might take another bronzer to build for in the summer. I think it would be fine in the wintertime, but I might do that just so that I can use it, because I do want to use it. And then you know, I can always purchase a different color if I want to later. So yeah, love that a lot. Love these. So that is my first impressions. I will keep using and keep testing, and if anything goes crazy, I will update you guys on Instagram, but I'm pretty happy with it so far. So all right guys, that's it for me. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.